All right, what is up, guys? This is going to be today's trade recap. I'm going to go over this real quick with y'all, show you guys what I saw and what I was looking for going into the day. So I was bullish today. A lot of it came down to what I saw on the 1 hour time frame. We had this huge leg up here. Ideally, I wanted to see us come and fill this 50% range before going higher, which we did not do in New York AM this morning, which we are actually doing now, so we will see what happens here. But I did not see equilibrium get tapped, which I wanted to. However, there were still other confluences that made me confident that we would go higher, not necessarily to this high here, but higher, which we did, and it played out nicely. But yeah, overall narrative was dip back down to this 1 hour gap here and push higher. The confluences this trade was taken off of was, for starters, this 5-minute SMT with London lows. This was probably the strongest confluence I had for this trade. If I go on the 5-minute chart here on ES, you can see we did not take out London lows on ES this morning. ES continued to pump while NQ took out London lows. After that, we got a pretty strong rejection. Turtle soup of that low, just swept it with a wick. So even though we didn't take out the equilibrium level here, this rejection of that SMT matched my bullish narrative. So I took the highest time frame fair value gap that we had, which was a 2-minute gap. So I marked that out here. I placed a limit. Oh, it's going to be like there. Placed a limit at the 2-minute gap. And I was targeting London highs, so these relative equal highs here, for a solid 1.5 risk to reward. Okay, so a lot of people put their stops like, here or just below that 2-minute inverse fair value gap. Now, I didn't do that. I had a really wide stop, and there were a couple reasons as to why that was. The number one reason being it is a no news Monday. Price is not going to move with as much direction and volume as it typically does. So having a wider stop will save me in those scenarios, which it did here. As well as that, this was a 5-minute rejection block. It is technically still permissible for price to come back into this wick before going higher, which we did exactly that. So this trade isn't technically invalid until this low is taken out. On top of that, I still had a really solid risk to reward, and I even could have targeted Asian highs if I wanted to, but that was quite the lengthy trade. So yeah, this trade was super simple. Honestly, not much to talk about. No news Monday, so I had a wider stop. Entered off of a 5-minute SMT, 5-minute turtle soup, or more simply put, a sweep with the wick, and a 2-minute inverse for value gap. You could have taken the same trade with a 1-minute inversion. The risk to reward would have been a little bit less. And if there's a 2-minute inversion or a 3-minute, I always would rather take that than a 1-minute. Really happy with this trade since it was a no news Monday, so not too shabby. Textbook setup. We did sit in drawdown for a bit, but in the end it did play out. Kind of just had to numb the emotions in this little range here. But that just makes the trade feel 10 times better whenever it actually hits. We will see what price action gives us for the rest of this week. And yeah, guys, hope y'all learned something. I appreciate you guys for watching to the end. Have a great rest of your night.